for the mobile. The same is happening for the mobile. 3G networks have been built everywhere. They've been built in Jordan, in Ramallah. You have 3G networks in Morocco, in the Gulf states, etc. Right? Okay? What's the big problem? Most of the traffic on the 3G networks is voice, not data. How do you build a 3G network and you don't have data, you're never going to make your money. You need video, you need data.
Content.
Content. Okay? Yeah.
במגזר הערבי זה פוטנציאל, בכלל בעולם, בתחום האינטרנט, בסדר? בתחום האינטרנט יש פוטנציאל גדול, ניסו להשתמש רק לאחרונה באינטרנט, בכל המדינות. בישראל, במיוחד כדאי להשקיע בישראל, למה? הוא אומר כמה סיבות. אחד, שפה מכירים את האינטרנט, שתיים, שיש קרן שהשקיעה כבר ועשתה חצי מהסכום הזה, 1.4 מיליון, עשו אותם באינטרנט. אז כי הם יודעים טוב מאוד, אם מישהו רוצה להשקיע באינטרנט, כדאי לבוא לישראל להשקיע. הם יודעים מה טוב מה לא טוב, ואיך עושים את זה. ושלוש, זה האנשים, המוח הישראלי, כולם מכירים שהוא מוח טוב. בסדר?
Now the mobile is the same. The mobile, in fact, if you ask me, because I come from the mobile world, the opportunity to develop mobile content for Arab 3G networks is bigger than the opportunity in the internet. And I think the opportunity in the internet is huge. But again, in Israel, you have a big advantage. We know 3G networks, right? Most of the 3G networks in the world were built, and some part of it is built in Israel, right? So it's a huge opportunity. So like I said, about 50%, roughly 50% of the investment we're going to make is going to go into technology. 50% is going to go to manufacturing and service. Manufacturing, you understand, it can be plastic, it can be all sorts of different food and all sorts of things. There's some very interesting businesses that we're looking at. And services, what do we mean by services? Here's a good example. One of the big ISPs, the Internet Service Providers in Israel, okay, came to us and they said, hey, we want, we think there's about 1.3 million Arab speakers in Israel. We want to provide services specifically to them. We want to have a call center in Arabic. We want to market and promote to the Arab market, etc. They came to us. They want to provide the service in the Arab community. We said, that's fine, but you have to build a management team from the Arab community. You have to build a company in the Arab community. That's the only thing we invest in. We won't invest. We invest inside the Arab community. And that's an example of the kind of businesses that will happen. Now, I want to tell you two things that are important. First, this summer, we're doing an incubator for the internet and mobile in Israel with one of the biggest companies in Israel. It's going to be announced. I'm not going to announce it now. It'll be announced in the next few months. But I can tell you one of the biggest companies in the world, not just in Israel, is going to be a partner, and we're building an incubator. Okay? The incubator is going to be taking small companies, small startups, and for about 3-4 months, very intensively working with the entrepreneurs, right, to help them build business plans, build the roadmap for the product, the technology, etc. Okay? Those are the guys. Why are we doing this? Because we know that we have to help people to start companies. After you've done it once, you're never going to need it again. Okay? But you need to do it once. We'll help you do it the first time. The second thing is, this is just the first fund. This is a small fund. This is a small fund. It's the first fund, and it's not, it's nice, but this is a small fund. We're very ambitious. We're not going to stop with this fund. I can tell you that within the next 18 to 24 months, we will raise more money. Okay? By the way, just so you understand, the money, 90% of the money came from Israel. 90% of the money we raised came from Israel.
From where?
From all the big banks, the big insurance companies, and the big wealthy, basically from the top of the Israeli economy. I don't want to say, I'll give you some names. Okay? It's Bank Leumi, Bank Hapoalim, Migdal, Harel, Klal. We have investments from all the big food companies, all the big telecom companies. They're all in. And why did they do it, by the way? None of these people did it to
make money.
Right? They did it to invest. They believe, look, the Arab and Jewish community in Israel is 23% of the population. Okay? Until now, there was no investment here. The result was that you had only 8% of the GDP. You know what GDP means? That's how you measure an economy.
Tamag.
Okay? 23% of the population, 8% of the GDP. So first of all, that can't stay like that. The population, the Arab and Druze population.
8% מהתוצר הגולמי, דיברתי איתכם.
כן, 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 כן.
3% מהאוכלוסייה זה יהודים ודרוזים.
יש מעט קצר.
That's the population, right? There's about 7 million people that live in Israel. 23% are Arabs and Druze. Okay? But they contribute to the economy only 8%. Okay? That's a fact.
Low.
What?
It's low.
Very low. But the reason it's very low is because there hasn't been investment, if you ask me. And I don't care what the reason is. You know what? I really don't care. What I see is an opportunity. I really don't care the reasons. The reasons that somebody else will explain it to you. But I don't care. I just see an opportunity. Because if this goes up, you create wealth, you create money, you create business, you create jobs, you create development. And that's what we want to do. So this is the first fund. It's the first fund. But and it's not going to be enough to make this go up to, but what should happen, hopefully, in the next 10 years or 20 years is that 23% of the population will contribute 23% of the GDP. That's the target. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And listen, I want to say something to you that's very important. When I came to Israel in 1994, okay, it wasn't different. It wasn't that different. Nothing happened in Tel Aviv that can't happen here. Nothing. Right? You guys went to the same schools as the people who work in Tel Aviv. You're working with them. You're at Verin. You went to the same school. There's no magic. It's hard work. It's learning to take risks. It's learning to be an entrepreneur. If you figure this out, okay, that's how you're going to grow. That's how your community will grow. That's how you'll become an entrepreneur. You know, I tell my kids, they'll tell you the truth. I tell them, look, when you finish, go to school, study as much as you want. I don't care how long you stay at school. But when you come out, you work for yourself. That's what I wanted the message to be to all of you. Okay? And there's no reason. You can do it. Now I'm going to tell you what you need to do to be an entrepreneur. Okay? What we look for when we invest. Okay?